Hola y bienvenidos a nuestro segundo episodio. So, this is a two-part episode, and in the first part, we are going to review comparisons, and in the second part, we are going to review demonstrative adjectives and pronouns. So, I will guide you through the notes, and then just like last time, that way when we're in class, we can target the areas where you still need the most practice, and I will be there to help you. So first, do you have your guided note-taking sheet? Because you need to fill that out. The front side that says comparisons will be our first one, and then the back, where it says demonstrative adjectives, will be the second video. You also need a pencil and a red pen, so remember that I want you to correct your answers in pen if you don't get them right the first time. So I will expect to see corrections on your paper when you turn it in on Monday. Okay, empecemos. Let's get started. So we actually already know how to say more than and less than. So for example, you may have heard things like me gusta la clase de español más que la clase de ciencias. Or if you wanted to say I exercise less than you do, you'd say hago ejercicio menos que tú. So in order to compare two unequal things, actions or quantities, this is the construction that we will use. The word más, and in the middle you'll have a noun or an adjective or an adverb, depending on what you're trying to say, followed by the word que. In the same way, if you want to compare saying something is less than, you use the word menos with the noun, adjective, or adverb in the middle, also followed by the word que. So let's go ahead and start out with some translations, and that way you can see how these work in a sentence. So we'll start with going Spanish to English in order to get you warmed up. So for the first one, we'll do the first one together. Tengo más clases difíciles que Fernando este año. Well, the formula we just wrote down says that más que together means that something is more than. So we know tengo is I have, más, more difficult classes than Fernando this year. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and first try to translate these on your own, then you can check your answers. Pause the video now. Okay, let's see how you did. As we go through each one, be sure to correct your answers as necessary using pen rather than erasing what you originally wrote. Número 2, vamos a ser menos perezosos que el año pasado. We are going to be less lazy than last year. Tú llegaste al colegio más tarde que Sara. You arrived, notice the preterite tense, you arrived to school later than Susana, or more late than, Sara instead of Susana. So how would you finish this sentence? La clase de español es más divertida que la clase de matemáticas. I'm sure you would all have finished it that way. So there are a few specialized comparison words that you should know that are also useful. These are basically the irregulars, if you want to think of them that way. They are variations on the original formulas. You already know these, or at least you have seen them before, but we'll go through them together. In order to say something is better, you use mejor. In order to say something is worse, you would say peor. Older, mayor. Younger, menor. These two words, mejor and mayor, the words for better and older, are very easily mixed up, so make sure you have those written in the correct blank. When you're using one of these words of comparison, you will put it directly next to, right next to the word que. So in this example, yo soy mayor que tú, you're saying I am older than you are. Okay, let's try some translations again. But this time we'll give ourselves a challenge and we will go from English to Spanish. So use the notes that you just took in order to help you translate these sentences. Pause the video, and when you're done, come back and check your answers. Okay, let's see how you did. To say my best friend is younger than I, you would say, mi mejor amiga es menor que yo. This year in English class, my grade is worse than last year. Este año en la clase de inglés, mi nota es peor que el año pasado. Okay, so we've talked about how to compare two things that are not equal, to say that something is more than or less than something else. But when you're comparing two things that are equal, you'll use a slightly different formula, a different construction. You'll use the word tan and an adjective in the middle, and then the word como at the end. So for example, to say you are as intelligent as I am, tú eres tan inteligente como yo. Make sure that you use the word como to compare things that are equal instead of using the word que, which we used in our previous formula in order to say things that are unequal. Okay, let's see how you do. Go ahead and pause the video again and translate these sentences using your formula to compare two equal things. Okay, let's see how you did. I am as nervous as you. Yo estoy, remember to use estar for how you feel, tan nervioso, or if you're a female, nerviosa, como tú, make sure you have como rather than que. Número dos, my dad is as impatient as a little kid. Mi papá es tan impaciente como un niño pequeño. If you need to pause the video to make corrections, go ahead and do that now. Make sure you make your corrections in pen. When you finish, then go ahead and go back to my website and click on video number 2, which will go over demonstrative adjectives.